All right, June 30th, Courage to Change. While walking through the woods one day, I was surprised to hear a child's voice. I followed the sound, trying in vain to understand the child's words. When I spotted a boy perched on a rock, I realized why his words had made no sense. He was repeating the alphabet. "Why are you saying your ABC so many times?" I asked him. The child replies, "I'm saying my prayers." I couldn't help but laugh. Prayers? All I hear is an alphabet. Patiently, the child explained, "Well, I don't know all the words, so I give God the letters. God knows what I'm trying to say." I love that. Years ago, when my grandmother told me this story, it meant little to me, but the spiritual life I found in Al-Anon has given it new meaning. Today, the story reminds me that prayers is for me, not for God, who knows what I'm going through without explanation. With prayer, I say I'm willing to be helped. The meaning behind my prayers comes from my heart, not from my words. Today's reminder, prayer is my most personal form of communication. I can pray by consciously thinking, writing, creating, feeling, and hoping. Whether I reach deep inside myself or turn outward towards the majesty of nature, it is the spirit of prayer rather than its form that matters. Today I will let my heart speak. Well, I absolutely love that. I love it. I think it's so true. I pretty much believe that the program is based on willingness. Every time you turn on this video to listen to me, every time you go to the page to read The Courage to Change, every time you show up at an Al-Anon meeting, every time you pray, it shows willingness. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm open to some new information. That's really steps 1, 2, and 3 every day. Just listening to me is steps 1, 2, and 3. My life's unmanageable. I believe there's a power greater than myself, and I'm willing to take a listen to it, right? I'm willing to hear it out. And that's really it, and then 10, 11, and 12. I'm willing to ask God for help, listen for the answer, and help somebody else. The program is pretty, the middle part of those steps is just cleaning up your side of the street and being honest with yourself about what's going on. But I love it. I love that. And I love the idea that prayer can be anything. Sometimes when I'm outside, I'll tell you a really great one. So sometimes when I'm outside, a hummingbird will fly over, and there's no hummingbird feeders in the yard. And hummingbirds to me are a sign of God. And they'll come over and they'll kind of buzz me a little bit, and then he leaves. Sometimes when I'm working, when I'm writing, or I'm doing some kind of recovery work, I'm getting ready to meet with a client, a hummingbird will fly over and sit close to me and just sit there while I'm working. Right? Now, one time I was in this game room, this room of my friend's house. I was there staying, helping. She got out of the hospital. In the game room, and she's got these French doors that open up out to her pool. It was lovely. Great place to work. So I was sitting there, and I had put all my stuff out on the card table where her and her girlfriends played cards. And I was sitting there working, facing the pool, and a hummingbird flew in the door into the house and flew over in front of me and hovered. And I don't know if you know it, if you've had a hummingbird really close to you, but they're loud, like a helicopter. And I was scared because they can be mean too. And I always have this thing about birds flying in my hair. I don't know. That's a whole nother vlog. But anyway, it came and it hovered right there, and I was not afraid. And I looked at it, and it kind of looked at me, and it just bzzz, and then it turned around and it flew right out the door. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that to me is prayer. That to me is God. That to me. Now, on the other hand, I really do. Every time I write something or before I go on a video, I ask God, let me say what I'm going to say. And sometimes I'll do a vlog and I'll think, oh, good Lord, what was that? But I'll post it anyway. I don't edit pretty much. I think the other day I started one and I stopped And I said, I told everybody, hey, I started this 3 times now, and I can't seem to stay on topic about it. My own thoughts are coming in, right? So, but usually I'll just post it, and then somebody will contact me and say, that video changed my life. That's just what I needed to hear. It's just what I was going through. Thank you so much. So I don't know. I think God talks to us through other people. But sometimes, now this might sound really crazy, like the little kid in this story. When I'm driving, I'll drive. And when I drive and I got my hand up on the wheel and then I do this and I'm driving, I'm thinking. And I'm not, I shouldn't be thinking that hard. And when I catch myself doing this and kind of looking around at the world, and I go, oh my God, wait a minute, right? I'm completely in my head. I'm somewhere in the future. I'm somewhere in the past. And so I'll look to the driver's seat and I'll say, God, are you here? Are you here? And I'll talk to God like he's sitting in the car and it's just the two of us. And when I drive down the road, I'll say, you know what I'm thinking about? This is what I'm thinking about. And I'll just start talking like if it was you in the car next to me. And you know what? There's something about that breaks me out of the thinking. It breaks me out of my head, and it lets me realize, wait a minute, there's a whole power greater than myself. There's a whole plan in this world, and I'm not sitting here creating it, right? This is not up to me. And it breaks that I'm in control, I'm in charge, and I know what's best, and this is what we should do, and it opens me up to freedom of, you know what, God, thy will be done. Show me what you want me to do today. And it's such a break. So prayer can come in a bazillion different ways. And I love the program because you get to decide. Like this little boy, I'm giving him all the letters and he knows what I mean. Oh, that's a break. Did you ever, when I first got in the program, I thought I was praying wrong. I didn't get it. It was hard. Everything was hard. I didn't know. And this program makes it easy. Just show up. There's the willingness right there. Have a great day. Thanks, you guys.